if you were to put that girl's basketball team into the guys' basketball team's league, they'd be the worst team by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like putting the best WNBA team in the NBA. They'd just be horrible.
Hey guys, Jack and Elijah. Podcast number 4. We have a guest from Israel, Elnatan. It's a bit of a time difference. We have the time here being 3 o'clock, and the time there is 10 o'clock. The fact of the day is, Elijah?
The entire world's population could fit inside LA. I don't really know how that works, but whatever. That is the fact of the day, guys.
Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notifications right on your phone when a new video comes out. Click the like button, leave a comment. In the description, we'll have an email that you can say your name and what you want to talk about if you want to be on a podcast. And into the podcast. Hey, what's up, Elnatan?
Hey, what's good?
All right. So, as you just said, I mean, do you want to repeat it?
Yeah, we've been going to school here for the past month, even with the corona. So we haven't been doing online school, and we just finished our school year yesterday.
So how is that? Like, has there been a spike of cases? Has everyone been very cautious about wearing a mask and social distancing?
Now that's the thing. People haven't been cautious about wearing masks, and it has led to a bit of a spike, but it's more controlled than it was last time, and more people are aware about it than last time. So now it's more controlled and stuff.
Are there any precautions that your school is taking, within that last month?
Yeah, we're not allowed to have too many people in the hallways at the same time, and not allowed to be 2 meters from we can sit next to each other, but we have to have our masks on in class.
Yeah.
Okay, so have the class sizes been smaller than before?
No, they kept them the same, even though I thought they would make them smaller, because in certain schools they did. But in my area, at least, I live in Elnatan, we only have 20 cases, so they weren't that worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so also summer's coming around, and I've heard that, UV light is death to corona. So if you're outside, you should be fine, I guess, right?
Yeah, but we don't know that for sure, because it's a new sickness. We don't know if it's actually going to end corona.
Yeah, that's true.
So far, it hasn't proved to actually end corona, because we're having a bit of a spike here.
Mm-hmm. What was it like a couple months ago when it just started?
It was just like everyone else. We just weren't allowed to leave the house. Had to wear a mask even when we went to the grocery store and stuff, or we weren't allowed to be 100 meters from our house, except for jogging and stuff. That's it.
You weren't allowed to leave 100 meters from your house?
Yeah, I have a street next to my house. I'd only just go and walk around there sometimes, and luckily I have some friends on my street, so I'll be able to see them, but that's it.
How has it been with fitness and coronavirus? Because in Israel, as you know, there's many places to work out, outside, street workouts, a lot of healthy foods to eat. So in America, people have been buying all the weights in the store, so you can't even buy them anymore. Making gyms. So how is it in Israel?
Well, it was pretty much the same as it was for you guys, because they closed down all the street workout parks. So we'd have to work with what we have. I had a few dumbbells, and eventually I started building a gym because my family all use the gym. And now we already have our gyms reopened and stuff, so people aren't worried about it anymore.
Yeah, it was actually just reopened yesterday. So technically.
In Israel or here?
Here, phase 2 just started yesterday, so we actually have gyms open with masks and cleaning everything and whatever. But
our gyms have been for over a month, so yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
The thing about wearing a mask while working out, it's
it sucks.
hard to breathe.
We have to wear masks while we work out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we will.
They give us wipes and they give us hand sanitizer, like there's tables around everywhere with a bunch of that stuff, and before and after you use everything, you have to wipe it down.
Yep.
Most people don't actually abide by the rules, but that's what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
Talking about fitness culture, how is the culture different in Israel, fitness-wise, versus America?
I feel like in America, it's like more impressive if you're fit. Here, most people are already born into the life, and in America, it tends to be like so impressive. Like, oh my God, you have a six pack here. Oh yeah, I have a better six pack than you. They compare six packs here. They don't even like. They're like, whoa, a six pack here. You're insane.
Yeah. It's
Well, I mean, the whole culture, like everything's different. Like by you're forced to go to the army. We're not forced to go to the army. Like if
Yeah,
you go to the army, you're already like in a different level than everyone else is.
we all just enjoy working on our bodies and feeling good in our bodies. Because if you don't, you're gonna get made fun of by the people who are fit. It's just the way it is. And then eventually people work out and then they get better.
Yeah.
so you're saying it's kind of like a societal thing, like
It's like systemic.
systemic. Okay. And like also, here, it's like the healthy, clean foods are more expensive, right, than like the junk food. But in Israel, I've heard someone say, maybe it was you, that said that the healthy food in Israel is like much cheaper than the junk food. You know, it's like the candy
Tati said that before.
is just much more expensive.
It definitely is because, for example, if here you go to McDonald's, in America, McDonald's is quite cheap. Here, McDonald's is like, it's like you get a burger for like 60 shekels, which is like 15, 20 bucks, which is not worth it. So at home, you could buy meat, you could buy a bunch of vegetables and a bun for like 20 shekels, and you'll have a better burger than there. So it does add up to be cheaper.
Yep. Yeah, I think Safi said that too. That like the food in Israel is always like a lot cheaper, and the government makes it easier for people to be healthier food wise, like dieting wise, as opposed to in America, which might be true. I mean, I don't know very much about in Israel, but that's actually pretty interesting.
It also leads to a lot of eating disorders. Many people that I know at least have like deal with anorexia or like disordered eating in general. So that I don't know if that's why they don't do the stuff that we do in America, but it does have like side effects to it, you know.
You're saying in Israel people have eating disorders?
Yeah, we deal with a lot of eating disorders here. I know a few people that have had eating disorders, and like we have to get them out of it, and it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, versus America, which has probably the highest diabetes rate in the world.
Yeah.
So it's both sides of the thing. Either in Israel you're super fit and maybe skinny if you have a like very skinny if you have an eating disorder, versus America, which like you could be fit, or you could be like most of the people where you are very like overweight, you know.
Yeah. No, like the culture is there. You grow up eating whatever you want. You don't really change the way you eat. You might get in the gym a little bit, but you don't really pay attention to what you eat. You go to parties and stuff. You drink a lot of beers, and you end up with a pot belly and with like being like having a dad bod and stuff. That's the culture it is there, the way it is there.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of extremes in America. It's like people, like you obviously see people that are obese and fat and don't eat as well and don't care as much, but there are a lot of people that also are really fit also. And
I don't know about a lot of people. Very small percent of the population is like very fit.
Yeah, but we have a bigger population in Israel by a lot.
Yeah, obviously.
Exactly, but I mean like
the ratio.
No, yeah, definitely. I feel like it's a lot of people that are on either one or the other side of the spectrum as either being really fit or really not, or like eating really well or really not, or like caring and not. Like it depends. Like some people are, some people aren't. Yeah.
If I were to take my town, right, and say, give each person a test whether they can do like a 5 pull-ups. I would bet that most, I would say like 70% can't do 5 pull-ups at least.
More than that.
Yeah,
That's
more
kind
than
of generous.
What?
A lot more. Also, like older people, like I don't know, like what's the age group that you're trying to talk about here? Like
Okay,
a lot of
Go between like the ages of like 14 and 18, okay? Here in my city, almost everyone between 14 and 18 can do 5 pull-ups.
yeah. I mean,
same here.
We do street workout at school. So like if you learn how to do pull-ups and then eventually you can do like muscle ups and stuff.
Yeah. So me, Elijah, Aaron, we do calisthenics, and we would love to have like a workout park or something like that.
Yeah, like
but there are none. Maybe in like Florida, but here, none.
I get you.
It's,
it's hard.
Here, I have one. I have like 10 near my house.
So it's just a
Yeah.
different environment, you know.
Yeah. We can still make some of the stuff out of like what we have. Like if there's like a short wall, we can just randomly do handstands. Like obviously it's not the same as a park, but it's just like we try to make out of what we have. Like if you see me, and Jack knows what I'm talking about, but when we walk with like Aaron, for example, there's not one construction truck that Aaron doesn't try something on. Whether it's like some dive something.
You know who Aaron is? Elnatan?
Is he the one from the other video?
Yeah. The
So,
first one.
every time we go walking with him, like anywhere, he sees like this little wall, right? Let's say it's like up to your waist, and he just does a handstand on it, or like
He just does whatever.
Does like a vault over it.
That's sick. That's dealing with, that's like using what you have.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly. He's making it happen. Like whatever he has, he does whatever. Like the flagpole, he didn't really train it, but like whenever he used to like mess around with it, he always like, I don't know, like on his playscape used to like make some like pole that was like very stabilized and just practice on there, like something like that. Like he didn't have like something built for that, or like equipment and stuff like that. So
yeah, but if you guys don't have like proper street workout parks, why don't you just go to the gym and you can work on your like pull-ups and your muscle ups there as well?
well, money's one, and also like we all have our own gyms at our house. We all work out at home anyway, so like COVID's not really affecting us at all.
Yeah, true.
But
It's
for
not-
people who don't have, like a pull bar and weights at home,
Yeah.
you really want to pay for a gym membership? Like not even talking about like coronavirus, like generally, do people want to pay for a gym membership if they're like our age? No, they don't.
I've looked into it before. It's really expensive. Even like a student ID one, like that one that's supposedly cheaper, it's a lot of money.
How
It's
much
a lot of money to get these.
do your gyms pay? Like, how much do you need to pay per month?
Well, I looked at it once. I went into like in the beginning of freshman year. I looked because the JCC, one of our, it's a Jewish
I know.
Community Center, has a gym there. And it's right across the street from our high school, so I could always walk over there after school and just work out. But we went over there. It's like $70, $80 a month, and my mom was just like, "I don't want to pay for that. Like, it's not worth it." And I wasn't old enough, and I'm still not old enough to drive. So, like, I couldn't. Like, my mom would have to pick me up and stuff, and like, it's just a hassle. And it's like better just to come home, get my work done, eat dinner, maybe hang out a bit, and then get my workout done at home. Like, it's
$70
cheaper.
for one person.
Yeah, $70 for one person for 1 month per month.
Well, I hear it's much cheaper.
The
Yeah.
JCC is different though because it has a pool, it has a gym, right?
Yeah.
Like a basketball gym.
Yeah.
Just a gym, I think it's probably like $20 a month.
No, that's not a thing. You can't do that. You get a membership, so you can only.
No, not a JCC. I'm saying like a different.
Oh,
I know about all these gyms in America.
Planet
Yeah.
Fitness is not the one to go to.
You want to go to a high quality one, right?
Yeah, but Planet Fitness is like known to like, you can't make noise while you deadlift. You can't take your shirt off. You can't sweat. You can't like do anything. It's just like they yell at you. They kick you out if you do anything like that. So it's really dumb.
And so I think if there was, workout parks, that would be like, you would see
A spike.
substantial number of teenagers that now start working out.
Understandable, because people don't want to put money into the gym. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like the government in Israel, I guess it's the government, they care more about it. They care more about the health and fitness and the overall.
Yeah, because such a small population, and we all want to be able to survive together. And it's like built into, I don't know why, but it was just built into the culture to like be in shape, you know, be strong for the army in general, to like protect our country.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that would be awesome if we did that. I mean, like Aaron, the guy in our first video, he started a fitness club at school, and like personally, my pull-up bar isn't high enough. It's like right to the ceiling, so I can't even practice muscle ups on there and stuff. So sometimes I even just go at school, like when I go to school every day, like I used to. You can just practice whatever you want there. Like he got like clearance for the school to get like a certain amount of money. He had a budget to like spend on certain equipment. So they like nailed in a pull-up bar and they got stuff. And now we have people that we know from school that are like getting into fitness now. And like it's getting better. And like, I mean, Aaron's obviously a senior, so he's moving out. But I mean, I'm gonna try to continue the fitness club next year. Maybe Jack will help me a bit. Depends. But like it'll just be like it's just helping people get better at what they want. And just overall.
Yeah, us as teenagers have to build it in for like other people, for the younger people, like that are slowly gonna get to our age. We want them to be better than us at our age.
Yeah, we want to get them just good overall. Get them whatever they want, whatever their goal is. Even if it's like something like, even if it's not like to the same goal, it's just like working out 6 days a week, let's say. Maybe it's just like he wants to lose 20 pounds because he's overweight, or he wants to something else. Just overall being healthy. Like it doesn't always have to be someone who's like training for like a specific goal. Like I mean, Aaron's training for the Marines. That's not what everyone's going to do. Everyone doesn't want to be like that. Everyone doesn't want to put like everyone has other hobbies and other things that they would like to do instead, which is fine. But like if you want to become at least healthy or like a little bit fit or a little bit more active or something like that, just something to try to help out with.
Just a bit of context.
Yeah.
So we're a very small school, so we don't have an actual gym. I mean, we have a basketball gym, right? We don't have like a weightlifting gym like with pull-up bars and all that. Public schools do. Hull High School does.
Yeah.
Ours doesn't. But still,
We're building
there's a lot of high schoolers that don't work out.
Yeah, but like the Hull is just like Hull has a football team. They have a baseball team. They have like actual athletes that can be drafted to colleges or like do other things. Like, I mean, I know someone who's in Major League Baseball. He's in baseball right now. And like his mom is like a gymnast coach here. And he used to play at like Avon. He used to play like, well, close to us. He used to play in a nearby town in baseball. And he got drafted and now he's like a great player right now. Like these are real athletes that are training for something. Like our school, like we don't have a weight room and stuff. And their weight rooms are massive. And they have like a bunch of stuff, and they put a lot of money and time and investment into it.
And you guys are in a private school, right?
We're in a private school, and we have 40 people in the whole school.
40?
Yeah, my whole class is 8 people. Me and Jack are 1/4.
I have like 800 kids in my school, and our school only has 3 grades.
Yeah, exactly.
What grades? It's
10th, 11th, and 12th.
okay.
Are freshmen counted as high schoolers, or like how does that work?
So elementary school goes until 6th grade.
Uh-huh.
Middle school is from 7th till 9th, and then high school 10th till 12th. So yeah, we're also building a weight room. They're getting a budget for it, and it's going to be built over the summer.
That's gonna be great. That's awesome. But still, it's still just something nice to have for whoever wants to do it and stuff. It's easier and more readily available for people who want to. But
In all the high schools here, we have like at least 3 pull-up bars, a bunch of the dip bars and stuff. So I guess it's just like built in.
we have 1 pull-up bar and 1 dip bar, and that's about it. Right?
That's it. But we just got that this year.
Yeah, we got that just this year, like over the summer, like last summer we got this stuff. Before that, we had nothing. We had a basketball court, and that's about it.
We have like a running track.
Yeah, right. We run around at school. Just sports at HHNE in general is just amazing. Jack, we talk about Coach Shane. One of our soccer coaches. I mean, I wasn't on the team this year, but last year I remember him saying, he was just like, after practice, like, if you watch soccer or if you play FIFA, you should do this. It was basically, all of what he said was basically just like, play more video games of soccer and you'll get better. And we're just like, no. It was really funny.
Watching soccer definitely does help.
No, but it was like, play video games, play FIFA, or like other things like that. It was hilarious. But I don't know, our basketball team this year was not bad. We got to improve that one, Jack.
Compared to who?
Compared to what we usually are.
Compared to ourselves, yeah.
Like we did okay last year. Like we played some teams that were like prep schools. Like they were big schools.
We lost.
You guys have 40 kids in your school.
Dude, we have 40 kids in the school, but we played teams that had like we have prep schools. So obviously we didn't play their varsity teams, but we played like their JV teams or whatever. Like some of them we beat, some of them we beat. Like we were all right in basketball. And we usually have frisbee in the spring, but that obviously never happened.
The last 2 years we haven't.
Yeah.
Have you ever? No. Yeah. So this year we didn't have. Last year.
Well, yeah, but last year we didn't have enough people, so they did like a
They did volleyball.
Yeah, they did volleyball. They have a couple things. I mean, it's hard. The girls didn't have a basketball team either, right?
No.
No.
Well, last year they did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Elnatan, do you know anything about girls basketball versus guys basketball? You want to talk about that?
We have a girls basketball team at our school, and the school next to us has a guys basketball team, and it's like for the city. They represent the city at their schools. So if you're a guy and you're on the basketball team, you go to that school, and if you're on a girl and you are on the basketball team, you go to my school. Our girls basketball team were actually really good compared to other girl basketball teams. We won the national championship, but it's still like if you were to put that girls basketball team into the guys basketball team's league, they'd be the worst team by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like putting the best WNBA team in the NBA. They'd just be horrible.
I actually got into a fight about that. The UConn, I don't know if you've heard of UConn basketball, but UConn is around the country is known as probably the best college basketball for women.
Kemba Walker went there, right?
Huh?
Kemba Walker went there. That's all I remember.
Yeah, he did. But so there was one year, this year specifically, the UConn men's team is always, they're pretty bad, but the women's team is always top tier every single year. They're really well regarded in the basketball. And one person was talking to me, and she was like, I think that if the women's basketball team played the men's basketball team, they'd win. And I got so triggered by that because I'm like, there's no way. Their center's maybe 6'2". The men's center's like 6'10". They can't dunk a basketball. They can't do anything. They can't guard. I'm sorry, but there's no way. And we got into a really big fight about it.
Yeah, like I even just compared like the shooting percentages. Like the girls, they shot like 12 for 60, and the guys shot like 30 for 60. That's such a huge difference.
Yeah, everything. But like it obviously you have to compare, like it's not fair to like compare the girls to the guys, obviously, and vice versa. But like for someone saying that the girls basketball team who's really good for their leagues can beat the men's, I don't really know about that one. But yeah, I eventually we went to that argument, and she finally gave up, and she said I was right. So it was good.
Because there's just a major difference in biology, like guys.
Biologically, it's just not possible.
Generally,
yeah,
guys are more
longer bones, taller, more testosterone.
They can gain more muscle. Yeah,
testosterone. They just have estrogen, which is like the bad testosterone.
No, well, they have both, but the men have more testosterone than women do, and we have estrogen too, just not as much.
Yeah,
it's the same with every sport, everything. Like, there's not very many like women's football teams, but like they wouldn't compete against the men's.
Soccer is different though.
I still think the men's soccer team would be the women's soccer team.
Soccer, okay. Women usually have a stronger lower body, so they are.
Men's soccer team is still gonna beat the women's soccer team. I don't give a fuck. Come on.
I think the women's sport that they're really good at is gymnastics. The women's are known for the gymnastics.
They're more flexible.
Yeah, they're more flexible. So a lot of the flips that they can do are like the U.S. team is really good, but like the stuff that they can do, the men can't do. Like they can't do those flips or those specific things.
A lot of the things that the men can do.
Yeah, the women can't do either. I've gotten into fights with my sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Iron Cross, the Maltese, anything like that. I don't know. I've never seen them, like any female gymnastics athlete, do that. Just I don't know if they can. It's hard. It's really hard.
What was the outcome of the Olympics? It was moved, right?
Yeah, 2021. 2021.
And it's gonna go.
I think it's just consecutive years.
It's not gonna like.
No, they're not gonna
It's
change
gonna be
everything.
3 years for the next one, not.
Yeah, well, yeah, for the next one, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what they're doing. But it's funny how it started. It was like coronavirus was continuing, and I think the Olympics were supposed to take place in Tokyo this year,
Yeah, it was. It was.
and the Canadian government spoke out, and they're just like, we're not sending our athletes. And then soon after that, like other countries were just like, we're not sending athletes. Like there's no way we're sending athletes. And there was like some crazy number of like X amount of thousands of athletes that are actually coming to compete in these Olympics. It's crazy how many athletes are actually training for this. It's crazy. It's like 20,000 athletes are coming to Tokyo.
They're, like training for going to the Olympics and just gets canceled for.
And there's some people that were going to retire this year that are actually just going to retire early. Like I think one of the women's soccer players are actually just retiring because they were going to retire after this, but they don't want to do another year of training.
Some of them just benefit because they get an extra year of training.
Yeah, some have that, but some wanted to retire after this one, so they couldn't. So
training is like a hard lifestyle to like keep up. So
yeah.
if you're just training to go to this Olympics, and you'd be like done, right? You have to keep up that consistent high level training
another year
for another year
yeah.
in order to still compete.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, listen, as long as the NBA is coming back, I'm happy.
Go Knicks.
Knicks.
Hey, I'm consistent with my New York teams, like the Yankees too. I'm a big baseball and football fan. I don't watch basketball for a reason.
I watch basketball and football.
Basketball and football. Who do you like for football?
The Redskins, even though we're trash.
That's a trash team right there. I'm a Jets fan, and I'm better than the Redskins. Well, congratulations on Chase Young. Jack knows everything about what we're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you like a big football fan? Do you follow it a lot, or?
Yeah, I follow. I know. We picked Chase Young second overall, right?
You know Chase Young? Okay. Well, congrats on that. You're the best edge. Okay. Elnatan, do you have anything to talk about on the topic of athletes and what they're trying to do with their special skills that they have and power as an athlete to try and make a difference within the racial inequality and stuff that happened in Minneapolis and other places in the U.S.?
Well, I think I understand why they're doing it. It's because they're basically saying they are the base of all sports, because all American sports, you're not going to have a good American sport without these African American people. They're the ones who made it more famous. Like, for example, Michael Jordan, he spread the NBA internationally.
How?
By spreading his culture internationally. It's just something that I know.
Okay.
I mean, I can relate in the baseball world to like Jackie Robinson, the first African American player in baseball, who's obviously in the Hall of Fame, is amazing. But just talking about how everyone's fighting for what they believe in, and talking about how like color doesn't matter and your ethnicity doesn't matter, and we should definitely, all of us as Jews should definitely understand, because we get pushback from being Jewish. So we have a bit of a stand and an understanding as opposed to other people. But like, I don't know, like kneeling during the national anthem for football.
Somehow getting blamed.
Huh?
Even in this situation that we have nothing to do with anything, we're still somehow getting blamed.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what they're trying to say about it. I don't know. But like,
they're saying that like we're like anti-Black lives and stuff because like Palestinians are black lives even though they're not black, and we're like the whites even though we're not white. So they're saying like we're oppressing the Palestinians. So they're using Black Lives Matter against Israel.
Oh yeah, they're like Free Palestine, right, on their website.
Yeah, and there's so many anti-Semitic acts happening.
How can you rationalize that is different than what's happening in America?
I haven't thought about this, bro. I have no idea.
All right, we'll come back to it. So what about athletes that kneel and then get kicked off the team, like Colin Kaepernick? Right?
Well, that's a little different.
Why is it different?
Colin Kaepernick kneeled for a different reason. The people that are kneeling now are kneeling because of racial inequality. Colin Kaepernick kneeled for a completely different reason based upon the U.S. and the anthem.
Yeah,
a lot of people.
I didn't know the reason. Well,
huh?
The reason?
Colin Kaepernick, I think what I've gathered from it is he's kneeling because of U.S. being treating his native people harshly. I don't know exactly where he's from. I think he's Latino. I'm not exactly sure, but he's kneeling because of that reason. And he got a lot of pushback about how the U.S. He was like saying how the U.S. was bad and other things like that. And the kneeling now is talking about just racial inequality, but also it's a little different now because of the whole George Floyd thing and everything that's going on. There's going to be a lot of pushback from people that are just like, oh, you should be standing for the anthem instead of kneeling. A lot of people are going to be like, no, he has the right to kneel. Back when Colin Kaepernick a couple of years ago did that, the pushback wasn't as hard because nothing happened as catastrophic or as revolutionary changing as this. So I feel also a lot more people are standing upon it. Like Colin Kaepernick was the only one kneeling. Now you have a lot of really good players and a lot of coaches, J.J. Watt, Kyler Murray, like a lot of really good players and coaches and everyone that might be kneeling just because of this racial inequality stuff. And there was a lot of pushback. I mean, I don't know if you heard, but Drew Brees, a well-known quarterback, and he's white, and he was talking about how like everyone should stand for the national anthem and blah blah blah. And he got a lot of pushback, and even some of his teammates were talking about how he was wrong and stuff like that. So there's been a lot more of a debate about it, and I think I'm not exactly sure the reason about Colin Kaepernick, but I don't think that there will be as much pushback at all about players kneeling during their anthem. I think it's what they want to do. It's whatever they want.
I think it'll happen in the NBA as well, not only in the NFL.
Yeah, NBA, NFL, MLB. It's gonna happen in baseball too. But I mean, you hear it a lot, just mostly from NFL because of the whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
Other players, but yeah. It's bottom line. It's up to the players of what they stand for and what they want to get out of their positioning. Like they obviously hold a certain platform from social media and their millions of followers because of their sport or their fame, and whatever they do, it makes an impact on everyone else, as opposed to like if me or you do something. Someone who has like a high, like if you talk about Carmelo Anthony and he kneels for the anthem, that's different than if like some random person does. He has an effect on other people, a lot of other people throughout the U.S.
Wasn't Colin Kaepernick such a big issue because wasn't his job, right? His job was to play football. It wasn't to like he wasn't doing his job.
Yeah, but when you get to be such a professional, you have more of a job to take care of your community and be a good role model on the field and off the field. It's your own unpaid for obligation. Huh?
His platform, which was supposed to be for just playing sports, and he was using like that, leverage for his own, ideas.
I mean, I think all the players have their own right to use their platform however they want to use it. I mean, I was watching on ESPN. There's a linebacker in football. His name is Darius Leonard, and he goes to Indianapolis. He's on the Colts, so he goes to Indianapolis, which is like some of the city is run down. So he goes and tries to help it out and stuff like that. And just it's a good role model for people in general that you should be using your platform for good. I don't know. I felt like a lot of people maybe didn't see that with Colin Kaepernick. I don't know very much about that.
Like I saw Baker Mayfield saying that he doesn't mind. He's gonna kneel and he doesn't mind losing a couple fans, but like he says, like he's only gonna like do what's in his heart and do stuff from his heart and not like change himself for anyone.
Yeah, I saw that today. And then there was a fan that was he actually spoke for J.J. Watt, and he was basically just like J.J. will stand for the national anthem because he believes that the U.S. is a good place or something like that. And he responded, and J.J. was just like, number one, don't speak for me, and number two, it's not about that anymore. It's about this racial inequality within the U.S. and making a stand for that. They're like, I don't know. It's just like I think what Colin Kaepernick was standing for and what people are standing for now are a little different. And I also think the pushback is going to be a lot different. But we'll have to see when the season starts and everything, just to see how that goes.
Elnatan, do you have an opinion formulated yet for what I asked you before?
What was the question?
It was what is your rationale for saying that the whole situation in America versus the Palestinians and Israelis makes
What is your rationale? What do you mean by that?
Thought process.
What do you mean by thought process? You're saying
when like your rationale, like what you think of
yeah.
the whole Palestinian anti-Semitic stuff.
I think they're basically just saying it because they're saying that black people are oppressed, so Palestinians are oppressed. But that is it's just not the case because Palestinians are not oppressed in
They're not
any way.
oppressed because they're like hurling rockets over, right?
They do sometimes. It hasn't happened in a while, especially because of Corona and stuff. It hasn't happened in a while. But no, it's just they're trying to spread propaganda, their agenda against Israel, against Jews, and I think it's pretty much a disgrace in this situation to be mentioning them when they're like such crazy people to try to connect them with black people.
So you're saying it's like kind of
It's
insulting
wrong.
black people?
They're trying to like be created as victims to like from the Israelis and using this as like a basis and evidence for it. Yeah, I heard a bit about that too on the Jerusalem Post and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, what can you do? It's just like, if that's what they want to do, then let them do that. But like, some people believe them, some people won't, and it's
But it leads to a lot of anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
And if you support Black Lives Matter, you essentially are supporting that cause, which is kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard for me to see Jews supporting the entire movement that Black Lives Matter. Saying Black Lives Matter is completely understandable. Saying that they do matter, and now they do matter a bit more. They matter like to try to help them after this incident, but saying that you support the Black Lives Matter movement is hard when they support everything against Jews and stuff.
Yeah, I think that when you're saying that now, especially in the U.S., where people aren't usually thinking of like the Palestinian and the Arabs and stuff like that, maybe I don't think they're trying to support that. Like they're just trying to support Black lives. Like Black lives are equally as important as white lives in the U.S. and everywhere in the world, and like that's what they're trying to say. I don't really know if they're. Some people are obviously trying to make it sound like, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter and also Arabs and blah blah blah, and Israelis shouldn't be doing this and whatever. But like I don't know, like if someone says Black Lives Matter, it's not always insinuated that they're talking about the Palestinian and
No,
Palestinian.
but about the Black Lives Matter movement. And the Black Lives Matter movement not only supports Black lives, they support Palestinian lives, and say in support being against Judaism and being anti-Semitic.
So I guess maybe just saying that in general, not supporting the movement, just supporting that statement specifically.
Supporting the idea that Black lives matter as much as everyone else, and everyone's lives matter the same, no matter what you look like, no matter what ethnicity you're from, no matter what religion you are. But supporting the movement is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I feel like the actual phrase Black Lives Matter is much different than the organization of Black Lives Matter, because they have their own set of political views, right? Which shouldn't be that way, because it shouldn't be tied to a certain political view, because the phrase Black Lives Matter should just be making the races equal.
Like, it shouldn't be trademarked by an organization.
What?
It shouldn't be trademarked by an organization like it is now.
Yeah.
But even being Republican or Democratic or stuff like that, you can have certain ideas from every type of party or organization that you believe in, but you don't have to support everything that they do. Like if I say I support Black Lives Matter, the movement, I maybe support certain parts of it. That doesn't mean that I support like what they have to say about the Palestinians and Israelis in the Middle East and stuff like that. But maybe
an organization should not have a political view, right, on certain topics, because they should be just standing for Black Lives Matter. Just like their sole mission should be
is to make everyone equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it becomes more than that. Like you can support organizations and movements and people that have certain ideas, but you don't have to support everything that they do. Like even if you take it back and you're just like, you have a friend and he's a really good friend of yours, but you don't agree with everything he does. Like it's still okay to be really good friends with him, even though you don't like everything. That's the same with organizations and stuff. Like you can support them and you like this part of them, but not that. Yeah. Jack, do we have any other more topics?
I think we're good on time.
I think we're too.
Yeah. All right. So outro. Thank you, Elnatan. It was very nice talking to you. I hope we can have you on again.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
of
having
course.
me. Definitely down. It was
No problem.
great talking to you guys.
It's good to hear a point of view from the Israelis, and just from a different country in general, because everyone we've had on so far have been from America. So it's nice to see a different view and different takes on everything.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe to our new channel. If you want to be featured in any of our videos, you can either leave a comment down below or we will have our email in the description. Make sure to leave notifications on so you can be notified on our new videos. And have a good day.